basis. But just for the record, Dave, Mick Ossie's responded.
Oh,
I said, hey, Mick,
what is he say?
Very simple. This is word for word. Hey, Mick, have you been at all 19 losses at home? He took him a couple of minutes. He apologized. He's in a taxi, he says. He's on the way to the game.
Oh.
He says, yes, I sure have, exclamation point.
Hamilton.
Goes, yes, I sure have. He goes, it's brutal. Heading there now in a taxi with the girlfriend.
Tell him to put on channel.
Dude, you've been in 19 straight. Maybe you shouldn't go, Mick.
If they lose, we got to ask him tomorrow. If
you're right. If they lose, he's coming on tomorrow. You're right. If they lose tonight, we got to tell him, listen, Mick, watch the game from the bar across the street next time. Like, don't actually go in or something and just see what happens. Just see what happens.
Go in the building, Mick. You can't.
Between them changing their name, if I was Edmonton, I'd be like, listen, we need to ban that Australian guy, that crazy Aussie guy that does our videos. And we'd be like, we've lost 19 games in a row with this guy. Mick even talks about there's a bar across the street from the stadium he goes to all the time. Just watch the game at the bar, Mick. Don't go in tonight.
Yeah.
Or how about this, Mick? Actually, how about you actually watch the game for once tonight? Because I don't know if Mick goes to the game, Dave. He walks around a concourse. He does videos with fans all day. He has fun doing it. He provides content, but he doesn't actually like sit and just sort of watch the game for 3 hours.
Good. Yeah, you got to watch the game, Mick.
I'm almost like just looking at Mick in that jersey. Like, really, Mick, you're going to wear the? Like,
he's going to stick with it. He's not taking it off. He's not going to not go to the games.
You should wear that jersey every day. He should wear that jersey every day until they win. Like, we got to get Mick, like, grow a beard until they win a home game. Like, what should he do? I think that's a good. What's up, Mickey? You should let grow a beard. Start like, has anyone done it?
That's what that was.
That's what it's come to, huh?
You happy with that?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well done, Mick. Well played.
I never thought the proud franchise of Edmonton Football Club, Eskimos Elks, would be wearing paper bags on their head, but it's absolutely come to that, mate. I might stand outside and sell some at the next home game. I might make some money.
Yeah, that's great. Great idea, actually. That's a good idea, Mixie. That's a good entrepreneurship idea. Sell paper bags outside the stadium.
You look great. I mean, seriously.
Oh, and I got over optimistic about the Alouettes. They just threw an interception.
Ah, man, oh man. Mick, have you considered, Gabe and I were talking about it yesterday. Have you considered the fact that you've been at all the losses?
20 in a row.
Maybe just watch the next game from across the street at that bar that you talk about all the time to break the streak?
Well, I heard you two guys last night blaming me. How can you blame me? I have been to nearly every game in the last 8 seasons. I missed one because of a guy stag, an Aussie guy, and I missed one other. It's not my fault. And the bar across the road shut. So, no, that's not an option either. But anyway,
the bar's closed down even. It's tough times in Edmonton, Dave. Like, the bar's closed. They don't win. Have they won a game since they closed the bar? That's another question. There's a lot to unpack here, Dave. So the bar has been closed. You changed the name to the Elks and you never won again. And you got this crazy Australian that's in the house for, like, every game.
That's a lot of things, Mick, what's the problem? Like, everything's bad, but, like, Mick,
they suck.
Is it fixable? I know, but, like, I asked Gabe
the coach is the problem. Like, I'm just saying, to me, the coach
has a team ever gone winless because Gabe went over the next couple games? Mick, this team may not win a game.
Well, it's looking like we could be 0-9 against the Bombers twice and the BC Lions. But the problem is they put a lot of money into Cornelius, the quarterback, who looked okay last year, but he's absolutely terrible so far. And the O-line is not good. So, and the coach as well. He's a bit nuts, old Chris Jones. I kind of like him, but he's one of these coaches that lives and breathes it way too much. And he used to be at the Cleveland Browns, so maybe he's bringing those paper bags now.
That doesn't help. Like, hiring a Cleveland Brown coach isn't, like, a smart idea either.
Right.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. There's never been, as I stated, Dave, I just wanted to confirm it. No team has ever not won a game before in the CFL.
Wow.
The worst team ever in the modern era, the 2003 Hamilton Tiger Cats won 1-17. I saw it, and you know what's crazy? I want to see this. I saw they showed it last night, but the sound is down. The Elks 20-game home losing streak is like the longest home losing streak out of any professional sports team since like the Cleveland Spiders or something, Dave.
Oh my.
Like it was they showed like it was basically like grainy, like old baseball. They were, you know what I mean? They brought that up last night. It's just brutal.
Yeah.
All right. This football game's going nowhere. It's just going back and forth. Penalties, 7-3 right now. Okay, Mick, let's get to the CFL and the AFL. Let's see what you like for tomorrow. CFL football. Tomorrow we got a doubleheader. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers take on the Ottawa Red Blacks. The Bombers are 9.5-point road favorites. This is the one game that I liked all week the most. Like, number one, it's great parlay material if you want to put the money line parlay with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. But I think the Bombers are going to beat them like 34-13 or something like that. And Ottawa are starting Dustin Crum, former Kent State Golden Flash quarterback. So Dustin Crum, he looked okay coming in relief, running the ball, but he's going to get lit up. I think the Bombers kill him, Mick. What's your pick for the Bombers, Red Blacks, and the Stampeders and Rough Riders?
Yeah, absolutely. Crum spent some time at the Kansas City Chiefs. I read about that. But yeah, bad luck to Masoli doing his Achilles after getting his knee done. I'm with you, mate. I think the Bombers will absolutely destroy them. So take them on the minus. Now, the Watermelon Head Riders versus the ABC Stamps. That is a tough one. Really tough game. Both teams have got some injuries.
Anybody but Calgary.
Yeah, I think the Stamps are probably underachieving a little bit. So if their quarterback Meyer starts to play a bit better, their defense is good. And look, the Rough Riders only just beat the Elks, so they're not that good as well. I'll take the Stampeders just, but I think it will be a 3-point game over there in Regina.
All right, Mick. AFL football. Got Collingwood tonight, laying 43.5 against the Dockers. Collingwood minus 43.5. The total is 156.5. What's your pick, Mick?
Yeah, take the Magpies to win and probably cover. The Dockers are going bad. They've had some injuries. They're not as good this year. They made the 8 last year. But the Magpies are just going along so nicely with Mason Cox there and Ruck. They got so much depth on ball. Watch that Nick Dacos kid. He's an absolute legend. Maybe the best player ever in 40 games so far. He's a stud.
14-2, Dave, on the season. Collingwood on the year.
Wow.
14 wins, 2 losses. They've been dominant so far this year. Riding a 3-game winning streak right now. A lot of points to lay. They probably cover, but you could put it in a money line. Gold Coast and St. Kilda, Mick. Gold Coast minus 9.5. St. Kilda Saints plus 9.5. Total is 160.5. St. Kilda, strong season. Mick, 16. A decent season so far, and through their 16 games, 9-7. What's your pick for this one?
Well, you guys will love this because what happens in the NFL when the coach gets fired? The players normally come up and win the next week. Well, the Gold Coast Suns coach Stuart Dew was fired this week. So for that reason, it's a bit similar down there. The team seemed to bounce back. It is in the Gold Coast as well. And
interesting.
They play the ball slippery up there because of the humidity. The Saints have got some key injuries, but they got a very good coach. Tricky game. I think the Suns will win and probably cover.
Interesting, Dave. We have the fired coach angle in the AFL now, too.
Yep. Who knew? I didn't know, but now I'm glad that Mick brought it to light. I didn't even know that existed there, but that's good to know.
What do you like? What are the best bets? We talked about Gold Coast St. Kilda. We got Carleton, Port Adelaide. Geelong Cats, 25.5-point favorites against the Bombers. Your Adelaide Crows, minus 18.5 against Great Western Sydney. What do you like, Mick? What are the best bets tonight?
Power just, but they got some injuries, but I don't trust the Carlton Blues. The Cats will win at home. They hardly ever lose down there in Geelong. The Bombers might might cover, but probably take the Cats to cover. I like the Crows to win, but the Giants are very good as well. But the Crows at home are very good. Maybe the Giants cover that one.
All right. You know what? We got the play here. The Geelong Cats to win. Geelong Cats to win. Collingwood to win. We're not playing around, Dave. No point spreads, so no stress. And the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to win tomorrow night. This parlay is going to win. Or we should call it a multi. Brought to you by Hungry Jacks. Yeah, brought to you by Hungry Jacks. Geelong Cats, Collingwood Magpies. And let's go with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers on the money line. Minus 154. Cash that, Mick. There's the multi of the week. We're going to make some money on that.
All right, and the boys in Perth on the podcast reckon your Eagles are a chance, and they might cover that 40.5 against the rotten, dirty Richmond Tigers. But yeah, a couple of good players back for your Eagles, but 40, that's low for normally for them, eh?
Not with like my money. Yeah. You got to give me if you give me 86 or something like that. I got to get 90 points with West Coast. 40 points.
Yeah. Terrible.
Not happening.
You need a paper bag for them, mate.
Oh, can you catch this? Oh, God, no. Alouettes just threw a bomb. They had him wide open. He overthrew it.
Of course.
Oh, God, it was third down, too. Son of a, this game is really, I'm going to, thanks, Mick. Yeah, give me that bag. I need the bag for myself, actually.
Need that. Good job, Mick.
Have a great weekend, guys. See you later.